Okay, hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Pineapple and Lemon. Cool. Okay, so today we're wrapping up the Cornetto Trilogy.
We've made it through a trilogy finally.
Woo!
We did it.
You can check that off the list.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so third one in the Cornetto Trilogy is The World's End. Not to be mistaken for Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End.
Or what's the other one? The comedy with the
World's End, I think.
No, this is the end.
Okay, so I'm just going to jump right in. IMDb synopsis here.
Sure.
Okay, so five friends who reunite in an attempt to top their epic pub crawl from 20 years earlier unwittingly become humanity's only hope for survival.
So as the Cornetto's movies go, they each kind of have like a genre. So Shaun of the Dead was horror, Hot Fuzz was like a buddy cop, and this one is sci-fi.
Sci-fi. Yes. With all the comedy that we still expect from Simon Pegg and Nick Frost.
It still has all the tropes of the other Cornetto movies, but in this one, the roles are reversed, where Simon Pegg is playing more of the
edgy,
lovable, yet it doesn't have his life together type.
Yeah.
And then Nick Frost is playing more of the straight man in this one.
Yes.
I have seen this movie a few times, but Christina
I've only seen it once.
has only watched it the one time in theaters.
When it first came out, we went to go see that in theaters, and I have owned it since then. I bought the box set, but I haven't gravitated to this one.
So you might not, you'll have more of a reaction, I guess, to you might not remember everything.
I remember some points. I definitely don't remember like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna see what I liked originally, what I didn't like, and maybe I'll have a different take on it this time around.
Yeah, I think definitely this one has some really funny jokes in it, and then some of the best practical work. They do some of the scenes where you're like, that's practical? I guess it is. Like, so a lot of that stuff's pretty cool. And I think for a final outing, like you see not only like the characters in the Cornetto trilogy, let's say, are growing up, but also like Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. You can see them all kind of growing up as we finish out the trilogy.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to like give it another watch and to see what I'm missing out on.
Yeah.
Ever had one of those nights that starts out like any other but ends up being the best night of your life?
In case you're wondering, we are not drinking 12 pints while we watch this movie.
Yeah, no. We gotta work the next day. We're not drinking 12 pints. I'm sorry.
He was absolutely minted.
It's just interesting to see like who they got to play like the younger versions.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're not in it very long, but it's always fun to see how they cast that in any movies.
There was the first post, the old familiar, the famous...
In case you're wondering, like all Edgar Wright movies, in the beginning they explain the rest of the movie pretty much.
Yeah.
Each of the pubs has to do with the story that happens as the movie goes on.
Yeah.
Seeing the orange glow of a new dawn break and knowing in my heart...
Do you think you'd ever be able to do that kind of a pub crawl?
No. Over the course of a week, maybe. My limit is like 3.
3?
I don't want more than that. Even just like my stomach would get full, you know?
Well, beer's so heavy. Like that's why I'm like so garbage at drinking beer. It's because it takes me so long because it's so heavy.
And like a full pint in like Britain,
yeah,
is not 12 ounces. Like it's a lot.
See, if you like look carefully, you recognize a lot of these extra characters as the same ones that they used in earlier films. Like she was used as a zombie.
Yeah.
In Shaun of the Dead. He was also a zombie in Shaun of the Dead.
It just feels very much like these movies are made by a group of friends.
It really does. It's like Adam Sandler, but like not.
No, not.
Not at all. But like, do you know what I mean? Like that same mentality of like, I'm just gonna make movies and put all my friends in them.
Yeah, and have fun. And that translates. Like, these are fun movies.
Yeah, like there's nothing taken too seriously. Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman actually has a starring role in this one.
He's not just a random one-off character.
Just a throwaway.
It's all right, Dad. We're fine.
Hi, Mr. P.
Looks could kill.
What the reputation.
Hey, how's your sister?
She's fine. She talk about me?
No!
So, Friday...
Oh my goodness. His train of thought is like bounce, 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 like all over the place.
That's just the dialogue in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's good to see you, mate.
They slip in those little emotional beats in this movie.
Right? I can't remember. I feel like that one was he just like was trying to pull up one. It
Oh,
wasn't, like-
100%. Yes.
It wasn't like, because it comes back later. He's like, is your mom actually dead? No, just used to. He's like, what do you mean my mom's dead?
But still, the pathos for the character is there.
Right?
Well, then let's get this antique on the road show.
Oh my god. So unimpressed.
Everyone gets their own reaction shot.
I love it.
There's just something about singing in the car with a group of friends.
There really is. It's like no holds bar. Everyone's screaming. Doesn't matter if you hit a note or not.
Good times.
It's fun.
First roundabout.
1909.
How many accidents do you think happened at that roundabout?
All of them. My goodness. That like terrifies me. Like having to do roundabout in the UK.
On the left side.
Oh my god. Yeah, on a completely different side of the street. Oh my goodness.
Have you got any plans for dinner at all?
Tonight.
Was he just crouched down there?
Tying his shoelace.
He wanted a big reveal.
Ta-da!
You remember this, Boo Boo?
You know, from Mr. Shepherd's classroom, it said on the wall, "Exit pursued by a bear." You know, from that Shakespeare play.
There's such a level of like sadness underlying this character.
Yeah.
But it's actually like it's really smart to do it that way.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, mate.
Are you here?
Yeah, I've been here for ages.
Remember when that was like a joke all the time? People are gonna be talking on their Bluetooths. Like
Yeah, you wouldn't know and
that did not catch on.
What happened to you? Nothing. Nothing happened to me. I'm same old Gary.
I know it's like the scope of my age, but can you imagine 20 years and then talking to someone again?
it would be like really weird. That's like me reconnecting with like someone I went to school with in like elementary school.
Yeah, like when you were little.
Yeah.
Almost a fence.
Almost a fence. It was a hedge this time.
About the Bermuda Triangle.
A beer with a crazy straw.
I love it.
I feel like that would be awful.
The fries look so good.
Man, fish and chips in England.
I
with a
want that so bad.
beer would be so good.
Cross that off the bucket list.
Yeah.
No, it's the fact that just then, he didn't recognize me.
I don't think I would recognize somebody I went to high school with 20 years later.
No. Not unless they had like a very like distinct look.
Even so, though, like
But-
just like aging is, you're gonna look different. The chunkiest phone.
It's a Nokia.
It
Indestructible.
will never break. In 20 years, they're not gonna fix a tile.
Yeah, right? The movements for him are very choreographed, but like the actors like performing them very well.
Man, if you went into this not knowing where this is going, you'd be like so confused.
You'd be like, what? I'm gonna lock the door. That'll stop them.
They'll never get through here.
Slide.
Not on those floors.
Yeah, no.
What do we do? Let's finish our drinks.
Gotta make sure you get the drink finished, or else it doesn't count.
Yeah, right?
Do you think they had to time that on set for them to know when to finish their drinks? What if you're not fast enough?
Well, it's just apple juice, so drink it fast.
Even so, like I can't drink liquids quickly.
Just don't drink anything leading up to the shoot, and then you're just gonna chug it.
There's something I need to tell you right now.
Where's the camera?
Yeah, right? Blue screen, they got rid of it.
There is nothing between me and Gary King.
I love that effect so much. I think that's great.
They're thighs, but they look real buff.
It's just such a fun way to like, what else are you gonna do with this concept? You may as well do whatever you want.
Yeah, right?
Basically, no one else has a better idea. So
That's some wonderful Nick Frost right there.
Yeah, right?
Now, how is this a pub?
Yeah, right? It's a club, not a pub.
Unless it got remodeled in the past 20 years,
Yeah, right?
but they kept the name.
I've so much to live for.
It's me, you
His
numpty.
costume to get into the school disco, like a graduation gown. I know she's like a robot or whatever, but to swallow a ring like that,
Yeah, right?
that was a meaty band.
That was a very thick band.
Yeah, we could end up dead in a field. Hay fields.
Yes.
Yo, I hate fields too. Don't want to be dropped off in the middle of one.
Why don't you kids join me?
He's got the drinks all like ready to go.
He knows what's up.
He knew they were coming.
What a fun little bit part to just drop in as.
Right?
Guy.
The premise of getting progressively drunker as you're in like an end of the world scenario is great.
What else are you gonna do? Honestly.
The more and more you just like roll with it, you're like, this is fine.
This is normal. This is fun. Yeah, world's burning, but it's fun.
Oh, I love that too, that they decided to do it like this. It looks so funny. Just like these bright glowing lights. Overexposed everything. Man, they say you can never go home.
Oh my goodness.
I got a better idea.
It's like I saw this in a movie and I thought that it would work in reality, but it didn't.
What was the
and I
plan
regret my
there?
decision.
He thought it was gonna cushion the landing? Like,
I think I was thinking because it wasn't that far of a drop that he'd be fine.
yeah, but he's Gary King. He's not most coordinated. There's your
There's
fence.
the fence. Oh,
They're like, we're not gonna let this be drawn out.
yeah. Oh, there's another
A
fence.
little baby fence.
That proves I'm human. Proves you're
I really don't know if that proves anything. If you had the same memories, wouldn't he have done the same thing?
It's not worth it! Yes, it is!
I hope they did like multiple takes, and every time they're like, go bigger, go bigger.
Yeah, right? No, it's just the first take, that's it.
I don't know, but it's definitely not modern art.
I don't understand what the point of this is.
Yeah, right?
Was it a statue that got taken over, or is that what like the aliens actually look like and it pretends to be a statue?
I thought it was almost like a homing beacon or like a tribute for them.
Oh, like they made it themselves, but
Yeah.
they also gave it the ability to be alive?
Almost like a control panel, right? Like
A beacon.
a beacon.
It was something I've never like fully understood what it was supposed to be.
Here we go.
Arcade noise.
Yeah.
We got it.
He's really got his priorities started. He's like, my life or beer?
There's so
Beer.
many people behind him too. Look, the poor man just wants to have 12 beers in one night, okay?
Yeah, that's all he wants.
Everything else is like in the little town, and then this one's just on the
Like the
edges.
far outskirts.
Yeah.
It's just like waiting for him.
The golden beer at the golden mile.
I just punched my wedding ring out of a robot's tummy! Exactly!
Tummy,
So funny when people say tummy instead of stomach.
right?
It's such a cutesy word.
That's what like children use.
A little tummy.
Tummy.
I mean, at this point, just let him have the pint.
Yeah, honestly.
To err is human! So,
The big rousing speech at the end of the film.
Yeah, well.
You will be left to your own devices.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's how you get rid of an alien takeover.
Just argue with them.
Go!
Oh my god. Phil's running away.
Huff it out of here. Always known for his running. You're being left to your own devices, but we're gonna explode your town.
Yeah, really.
That doesn't seem fair.
I'm hard-pressed to recall any processed foods I actually miss.
Oh, there's Cornetto.
There's your final cornetto for the trilogy.
Who the hell do you think you are?
They call me the king.
Happy credit song. I'd say out of all the Cornetto trilogies, that one is like the slowest to get going,
Yeah.
and then it runs through the middle.
Oh no, yeah,
Like,
1000%.
You're knocking down pub after pub. Like, I know 12's a lot, but like,
It didn't feel like it because we were going through them so quickly.
yeah, like they really, it's like a sprint. And then it's really exposition heavy for the ending, which is like a choice
Yeah.
to expand on like lore. But yeah. What are your thoughts, your second viewing?
It's well, it's not my cup of tea, or I guess pint of beer.
Yes.
my pint of beer. You know, it is a good laugh. I think that if I was to go for go for a Cornetto film, I would still go for Hot Fuzz. Yeah, I mean, a bar crawl and robots. If you explain to someone like that, they're kind of just like, what?
Like, I get the concept, and I think it's almost like too much for its own good. Because it's like, not only are you doing the apocalypse with robots, with drinking, with like feelings of losing your youth. And, like,
there's a lot in that film.
Yeah.
I think there's maybe too many different things that they were trying to do.
Like, I understand the angle of like creating some kind of emotion of like having Gary be like in a state of arrested development in a way.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it works as well with everything else going on.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I just think in terms of like, I remember when we went to go see it in theaters, it wasn't packed.
No.
And we went pretty early on when it was released. And I think that just goes to show, like, I don't know, I was expecting it to be busy because Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz were both very well received. And so I think like that's why they decided to put this one in theaters. But then when it was released in theaters, it had a really poor reception.
Yeah, like a tepid response. Because I don't think it's like, it's not bad. Like, I don't think anyone was like, this is bad.
Yeah, I don't think like the overall was like, oh, this is a horrible movie, don't go see it. It was just like, it just wasn't as good as the other films.
And I don't know why exactly. Like,
yeah,
if you actually
the feel is the same across the board. Like, they all feel like they relate to each other. They all feel like they have this, I don't know, the same vibe, I guess. It's just, but they have different themes and different characters, obviously. I think it was just a very interesting dynamic having essentially Nick Frost and Simon Pegg swap.
Yeah.
And having Simon play more of like the troubled guy or with like with an edge, and then Nick playing the goody guy. So it was definitely like, that was I would say the biggest change.
I will say that I do really like Nick Frost in this role. Like, I do think that works a lot. Also, just like Gary at the end like leaves Andy and doesn't speak to him after that.
Again?
All that
Again?
I was like, what? Like,
yeah. No. Well, I mean, I think like the walkway is like, you know, Gary's found where he's supposed to be with a bunch of.
but he doesn't grow then. Like, he orders water. But he's
yeah,
still,
I was gonna say that's probably his only growing quality is that he orders water instead of a pint.
He's still like stuck in the past. Like,
Yeah,
he
he's
got
stuck in the
exactly
past.
what he wanted.
The leader of 4 children.
Yeah. Getting to just like mess around with his friends.
Yeah, really.
So like, what's the growth? He got what he wanted by just telling off the aliens. And then
Yeah.
like, there's no serious
That was kind
consequence.
of it. Yeah. Well, the consequences was that, like, you know, the world
Which
went
he
back to the Dark
wanted,
Ages.
because essentially he says at a point that he's pretty much jealous of like what everyone else has, like a job, a wife, a house, and now nobody has that anymore. So he got
That's true. That's
everything he
true.
wanted.
So how are they paying for the beers then?
I don't know.
I will trade you this cabbage.
It's just like, it's such a different story, like the way it's fleshed out than maybe what you're usually expecting from a sci-fi, because like the robots aren't really a metaphor of like, you know, like drones, like worker, like we're just going along with things, because like Gary's very much not that. So it doesn't really work in a metaphorical sense like a lot of other sci-fi movies do. It's just like, let's beat up some aliens, I guess.
That's pretty much what it became. It was just more of like a, how many robots can we destroy?
And just like, I wonder too if Simon Pegg, after working on like Star Trek, maybe he wanted to write something like science fiction. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like once he had the opportunity to be in Star Trek, he definitely like gravitated towards more of the sci-fi stuff, because he even did assist with the writing and the production of I think definitely the last Star Trek film, but I don't know if he assisted with the second one. But I think that definitely bleeds over to this, because he does have such a fascination with the sci-fi fantasy genre. So I think that was kind of like, you know, I want to write Star Trek, but I'm going to write this first and see how that does. And then I'm going to learn from it. So he took his learning notes, and then that's when he went and had the assistance from J.J. Abrams to do Star Trek.
yeah. I mean, I think if you've never seen this one, but you've seen the other Cornettos, give it a try. Because there is, like, we definitely were laughing throughout it.
It's definitely a good laugh.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, like I brought up earlier in the film, it was interesting to see a lot of like side characters brought in from like some of the other films that were just like extras, right? Like if you like the one chick right from the start in the AA meeting, like I recognized her right away as one of the zombies, just standing in the street at the beginning of Shaun of the Dead. And then there's a couple other people like from Hot Fuzz that kept getting brought in on, obviously, like, you know, you have your core main characters that have been in all of them, they're just at different role capacity. So it's definitely, you know, like, watch it, it's a good laugh, and you get to kind of see who's Martin Freeman playing this time around. Oh, he has a more prominent role.
I think it's like not something you're supposed to look too deeply at.
No, definitely not. You're supposed to watch and be like, yeah, that was a good laugh. And move on.
Like maybe that's why it starts to show a little bit of the cracks when you like look too hard at it.
Yeah.
So I think you just put it on. I say, like, if you're legal drinking age, you drink a beer while you're watching it. Maybe
not 12, but definitely have at least one.
But maybe that would tie it all together, you know?
Yeah.
It kind of glosses over all those other points.
Yeah, one beer and you're fine.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about all the minor little details.
Just the little details. And that is it.
That's it.
For the Cornetto Trilogy.
That is the Cornetto Trilogy.
Yeah.
We're done.
We're done this.
On to the next.
Oh, God. Thank you for watching with us. We hope you enjoyed the video.
It's been a slice.
If you want, you can subscribe to see more of our videos coming down the pipeline.
The pipeline. That's so weird.
Sorry, let me take it again.
Let us know if there's any TV shows or movies that you would like us to review and give our 2 cents opinions on.
And we hope to catch you on the next one. See you later.
See ya!